Why do people bring up the past, and how do I help my spouse stop doing that? It's frustrating. It can be very confusing because it's hard to navigate ongoing conversations about stuff that happened 5, 10 years ago. Why do people do it? It's because something very valuable got lost in that moment. That might sound confusing. Hang with me. The valuable parts of a person are their deepest needs: love, safety, security, connection. You get home late from work, your wife acts like it's this major big deal, and then you drive off just to collect yourself and get some fresh air. You come back home, and next thing you know, 10 years later, your wife's still reminding you of how you drove away during an argument. You then get defensive. Gosh, I was trying to separate us so we could come back together and actually talk about this like adults. When you say that, though, she gets really mad. Why does she keep bringing up you leaving 10 years ago? It's because the connection was broken, and then when you left, it sent her a message. I'm not saying the message it sent her was what you believe or meant to send, but it sent her something. Let's say it communicated to her he doesn't really care. If things get hard, he's just going to leave. And that's what she's stuck with. So now you're 10 years past that event. She's still bringing it up. You're getting defensive. Y'all are getting stuck in a very negative communication cycle because she's bringing up the past. You're not intending to ever leave her, but she's acting as if you are. That's why people bring up the past, because something happened there. It created a fear, or it validated a person's insecurity that came most likely from before y'all even got married. Let's say that wife's parents went through a divorce, and she saw her parent just drive off and leave and never come back. From that event, she's never going to want to go through that again. Bam, she's married to the person she feels safe with, and now she has that same image of him driving away. That's not saying you're the same as her father. It's saying on an emotional level, she's feeling that same level of emotion. She keeps bringing it up because she does not want to feel that with you. If you're trying to help your wife, this is how you can go about it. You would first ask some questions. Where might this big emotional response come from? Is there a story from my wife's past where she did feel abandoned, or the person that she relied on and loved just left her? Are there times in my life where I felt like I was abandoned or left? And what did that feel like? And if she's believing that that's what I was going to do in that moment, does it make sense? She might have a really strong reaction. And if when we tried to talk about it, it just got worse and worse, does it make sense? She might still be bringing it up. I would go to my wife. Hey, I was thinking about what happened 10 years ago when I drove off in the truck. And then I remembered that in your life, you've had a moment before where you literally were abandoned. And then you and I got in an argument, and the next thing you know, you see me literally doing the same thing. Thinking like that, like, I get why you keep bringing this up, because you don't want this ever to happen in our marriage. I know in that moment, I was just trying to get some space to collect myself, but I knew I was coming back, but you didn't know that in that moment. I can see why you keep bringing this up. I would share that with my wife and give her an opportunity to respond. The way you stop bringing up the past is you validate what that person was experiencing in that moment. Once you do that, it speaks to the fear, to the worry, to that deep need that wasn't being met in that moment. And that's not even saying you even did anything wrong, because I don't really know you, so I don't know if you did. It's just saying, hey, I can see in that moment that that was really scary for you because something happened, and it's something that you don't ever want to feel, especially in a relationship where you do feel safe and loved. When you talk like that, it communicates care. It's not dismissive. It's not defensive. And it also opens up an opportunity for you to explain what your intentions actually were and for y'all to come closer together. The key in every marriage and every conflict is this conflict bringing us closer together or further apart? If you're stuck reliving the past, revisiting, and it's driving you further and further apart, I would ask those questions I mentioned earlier in the video.